Austin, you owe me another quarter.
Yeah, whatever.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome back to episode 9 of the Log Pod. I am your host, Jay, back again for another episode. Don't know why, don't know how. It is 9:30 at night. I am so sorry for how bad this episode's about to be, but we're going to do it anyway, aren't we, boys?
It's gonna be great.
It's a little late.
I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy.
But
We're all a
we're
little
what,
sleepy.
2 weeks away from the trade deadline?
I believe so. I think that's when the
So,
trade deadline is.
Time's starting to crunch on when we're having fun versus when we're just kind of staring at teams and seeing if they're going to win. But we're 2 weeks away from that. Austin, you can't win a quarter, but you're winning your games. That's all that really matters.
Thanks, friend. I try.
I'm at least going to support you on that.
Thank you.
But
You're
as
the
per
only one.
usual,
I'll take the money.
I'm going to do my fucking shit, all right? Can I host?
No.
As per usual, we're going to get into our Week 7 game recap. We'll go through our first couple games here and get the boys' opinions. First up, we got Slap Yo Mama versus Deflated Balls. Slap getting the win.
Slap, thank you for beating somebody in my division.
Fair point.
Slap's making his comeback here. All right,
You
guys.
think?
Slap is going to start, and he's going to make the playoffs, and he's gonna make the playoffs.
Gonna make the
That's
playoffs,
it, huh?
and then he's gonna win it all again for the
He's
third
going to
year
make
in
the
a row.
playoffs. He's going to make the playoffs.
I mean, he's 3
You're
and
tied
4.
with
It's
him. I
possible.
don't know if you should talk shit. You're tied.
Oh,
with
I
him right
am not talking any shit. My team
I was say,
sucks.
I think you're not really in the conversation to talk shit at this point.
Oh, I'm not. Nah, I don't plan to. My team sucks.
But someone who can talk a little bit of shit. Next up, we got Toilet Snake versus Barn Busters, aka Concussors. Snake getting the win.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Going into going into the Sunday night game, there you go, that one. I was like, you know what? I might lose this game. I was working all day. I was out in Madison. I didn't really have time to watch or pay attention to none of the games, and I'm just like, this feels like destiny. I'm not doing very well. I'm gonna lose. And then Monday night hit, and I'm like, you know what? I'm killing this game. This is mine. Easy money.
I'm proud of you. You didn't use a single soundbite.
Congratulations, you beat Concussors.
I didn't
Good
get
job.
to it yet.
Oh my god.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Nope, you shouldn't have.
Moving on. Next up, we got Big Boy Club versus High Class. Big Boy getting the win.
Big Boy, I think he's gonna be a legitimate playoff contender this year. He might
we
be
knew that,
he
though.
might be one of your biggest competitors in the playoffs this year.
He was gifted a championship caliber team. Yeah. We all know that. Can we talk about what happened to high class dumpster divers? Because, ouch.
Yeah, he had a really bad week.
He get screwed by injuries or just bad performance?
He's got a lot of injuries on his team. He really does. But
I mean, let's
he
be
took
real.
one
Fourth
pretty
wall
one.
break. I mean, this was a bad weekend in the NFL for injuries, especially
Oh, yeah.
It
starters.
was a really bad week for injuries.
I mean, this is
There was like
part
8
of the
guys that went down that were like stars.
this is
Yeah.
part of the fun of fantasy, right? Especially late season, is you start to get who's going to go out on injury and how you replace them. So hopefully,
Yeah.
the last 2 weeks here, we can get some fun for me that I can talk about because I'm sure someone's got some holes somewhere.
Yeah, high class got screwed over. He only had one injury. Brandon Ayuk went out early, and now it's looking like it's going to be an ACL or MCL, and it's going to be the rest of his season, which sucks for him because he's got nobody else. I mean, he's got Jaden Reed, so that'll be good for him. But like, he started freaking Vidal this week for the Chargers. That's not how you win games, unfortunately. But we talked about this all season, right, Austin?
About
About high classes running backs.
Yeah, that's definitely their weak spot, and they haven't really done a lot to address it.
No. He picked up Zach Charbonnet. Not that that
Yeah,
matters.
not that that matters, but yeah.
Moving on. Next up, we got T-Rex Bitches versus Little Malka. T-Rex getting the win.
Yeah. Another week where I would have beat, over half the league and just played a team that scored more than me. So,
I think you should have just put like in the Discord general. You should have been like just pain.
yeah,
Like how
that's
all the teams tweet after they
yeah.
lose, just pain.
That's where I'm at, is just pain. I'm 3-4. I have the second most points in the league, and yeah, just pain.
Think your team died the second Tua went out. I'm not gonna lie. He's not even on your team, and he's
It's
affected you more than he's affected high class.
honestly, that's fair. And then Mike Evans went out. He's gonna miss the next 3 games, so I gotta hope that Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers connection stays as bad as it was this week.
I will
I'd
say you
say.
were a Javonte Williams away from winning this week, so I wouldn't say you're out
Yeah,
of it.
I I don't know where I would have started Javante this week. I don't know. We'll see. I'm playing Big Boy this week. It's gonna be a rough game.
Next up, we got Anyone But Barn Toilet, aka Pineapple, versus Barn Burners. Barn Burners getting the win. Another win for Papa Melka, the co-commish, the guy we all think probably shouldn't win, but still winning.
Yep, basically.
Um,
That was a big one too.
yeah, it's a big win. What are we gonna do about this guy?
Well, for starters, Pineapple was so embarrassed by this loss that he changed his name back to Pineapple Express.
Did he
Stopped
really?
with the
Yeah.
name. Yeah, he stopped with the name game.
I was gonna make a comment about how funny it was. There was a couple name changes,
Yeah.
but
No,
he pussied out, huh?
Pineapple got beat so bad that he changed his name back to Pineapple Express. He was like, you know what? I can't anyone but Barn Toilet if I'm gonna get beat by 50.
And last up for our week 7 recap, we have our game of the week. We have Inflated Balls, aka Diamond Dogs, versus Endzone Gods. Diamond Dogs getting the win, just as he predicted in our interview. Gotta say, I think that confidence was key.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little nervous at the end of the interview last week when he realized that winning would help me potentially. So I'm very glad that he didn't let that bias surpass the need for him to win this week. And then not only did he win, he absolutely obliterated Endzone Gods, which, I mean, to be fair, Endzone Gods got screwed over big time with injuries. Jaden Daniels going out really early, Chris Godwin going out, although he went out at the end of the game. And then he just had some other bad games this week. I think David Montgomery went out with an injury too, didn't he?
I think he missed some time, but I think he went back in the game.
Oh. And then just having Trey Sermon on your starting lineup is,
It's rough.
not a good way to win. Just
A little rough.
yeah.
Something to say, Mr. Snake?
I'm pinning it on him for benching Rashad White, who put up a 30-point game. 30 points on your bench. Why would you bench Rashad White? Anyway, I don't to defend Mr. Diamond Dogs over there. He had Debo who went to the hospital.
Yep.
Had his lungs filled with freaking liquids.
Yep.
He had one of his safeties. He went out, so he wasn't exactly like extremely healthy either.
And he
I
still
don't know why
put
I'm
up
defending him. I
204.
lost my quarter to the guy, but
he still put up 204 and 1 and got me
he
a
still
quarter.
put up 204 and 1 and got you a quarter. So I'm going to defend him here, I guess, a little bit for no reason. Also, too, I know Pineapple's been a really strong advocate of this, but Bro's defense absolutely kept him in this game and took it over. Bro had 34 from Cody Barton, who had he almost had like 50 points because he had another pick six called back.
Yeah.
Van Ginkel with 30 points, 22 from a safety. What the heck happened with his defense, dude?
Dude, he got 28.5 from Van Ginkel. He also got 19 from Sam Hubbard. So getting like close to 20 and over 20 for your 2 defensive linemen is wild.
Bro had 2/3 of his points from his defense.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, his best offensive player was AJ Brown with 29 or 21.9. Other than that, he didn't have a single offensive player over 10 points. And then he just had a bunch of defense guys go off. Oh, wait, no, he had Joe Burrow go over 10 too.
Yeah, but he's a quarterback. They're usually
It's my quarterback.
guaranteed.
That's my quarterback.
It's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback, and he got me my quarterback.
Well, wrapping up our Week 7 recap, I think we can finally make some assumptions on who's going to be in and who's going to be out moving forward in the season. I mean, I'm looking at teams like Concussors, maybe even starting to look at you, Mr. Malka.
No. I have the second most points in the league.
But
I'm
your
not out of
record
it.
doesn't show it.
I'm not out of it.
I
You
like
want
the
to start
confidence.
talking about teams that are out of it? Fucking Pineapple, bro. What happened?
Hey, we'll get to him. All right. I was going down the line. All right. Give me a minute. But you got Deflated Balls. You got Pineapple. I mean, some of these guys looking at 2 wins, 3 wins. I mean, you better start hitting the panic button if you want to make these playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
I'm still third in my division with 3 and 4, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Someone knock this guy out. We're not talking about you. All right. We know you're up there. But moving on to our next segment, we got our trades, waiver wire, and interesting things. And who would know that 2 weeks away from the trade deadline, we still got nothing. Nothing. No trades. Just like last week.
You know, Jay, you were made a promise last week.
I don't know if it was a promise, but I was told that there was a trade in the works. And here we are a week later and nothing happened.
Mm-hmm. Pineapple.
Little birdie told me that a trade is
Dogs.
still sitting there.
Pineapple.
Just sitting there, not accepted.
Someone hit accept.
You could have, gave me something to chat about this week, but no, now we have to move on and have a less full podcast episode. So I'm going to take advantage of not having to talk about it right now. And I'm going to say this again because no one wants to listen to me apparently. In our Discord, we have a suggestions tab. We're moving into the final stretch of the regular season. If you want to hear anything new every week, if you want to hear a new segment, want to talk about something with us, please put it in there because obviously we're not going to have a trade segment after week 10.
Nope.
So we need something to chat about. So please,
You even have a
if you
trade
got-
segment right now.
we don't because no one wants to do it. And I'm looking at you, even Mr. Snake. All right.
No
You could be a
trades.
part of this.
I've thrown a couple offers out there that just apparently didn't matter. So
But boys, anything interesting this week since we got nothing else to fill this segment?
We got more name changes. We got more name changes.
How dead is the league when the only interesting thing we can talk about for a week is that our names are changing?
This week,
This
pretty
is
dead.
bogus.
This week,
it's the most
pretty dead.
alive,
You know,
league has
as
ever
we said
been.
earlier, we're recording this at 9:30 at night. We want something to chat about, and all we're doing is talking about name changes.
Yep. So we got Diamond Dogs, aka anyone but Barn Toilet. Now currently Inflated Balls, which is really funny because now Inflated Balls is playing Deflated Balls. So that's actually a really good joke. I'm gonna be honest, it's a good joke.
I'll be honest, that's pretty good.
And Concussors turned to Barn Busters, which, we love that on this podcast because we are firmly on the train of anybody but barn burners, I think, right now. So
You're just trying to push away that anyone but Milka thing. And
I don't want to be involved in this.
I mean, one of us is 3 and 4, and the other one is 5 and 2.
yeah, that's fair.
Moving on, Austin.
Yeah.
So, Deflated Balls had a guy this week
Mhm.
who you very publicly dislike.
Who's that?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. What about
Mr. Unlimited.
He's
unlimited
He's on.
diarrhea?
He's good.
Unlimited.
Russ
Stop,
is good.
Stop it right now.
Russ is good, and Deflated is highly weighting your apology.
Okay, can
I'm
we
not
can we hold up?
apologizing at
Can we,
all. I will
hold
say.
up on the Russ is good chat though? Like he played one game.
No, yeah, for sure.
All right. Like I don't even. This is even like we can relate this back to fantasy. I don't know if you immediately say if you have another quarterback and let's say you have Russ.
He's
and
got Trevor
another
Lawrence.
starter.
He's got Trevor Lawrence. He's already got Russ in.
You know, but depending on the situation, I don't know if you rush to put Russ in yet. Because yeah, he looked okay against the Jets, but the Jets are not great.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
I would play Russ over Lawrence against the Packers.
Right. Like I said, it's situational. Like this week, sure, put Russ in, see what he can do. But like, let's pump the brakes on Mr. Unlimited being your new number one
He's
QB.
back. He's back.
He threw for what, 230 yards?
250.
He played against a really bad secondary.
Yeah.
Let's pump the brakes on the Russ train. All right.
Le'Veon Bell was right. He's good
Okay.
for George Pickens.
Le'Veon Bell sucks ass.
dude,
Anyway,
Yeah.
Did you watch that game? Hold on. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, he was really bad in the first quarter.
No, not even that. The George Pickens.
Oh
First
yeah,
of all,
he had
phenomenal
some
catching.
monster catches. Those were
But
awesome.
Russ was just throwing it up to him. It wasn't like it was a good thrown ball. It was
Yeah.
like underthrown, and George Pickens is just making a great play. That's
Exactly.
not on Russ.
Russ is good for George Pickens because he actually throws the ball downfield.
We'll move on. We're getting too long. We'll fight about this all night. I swear to God.
And then we got the only interesting kind of pickup we had this week was there was a trade in real life football. DeAndre Hopkins got traded to the Chiefs, and Diamond Dogs picked him up. Which, I mean, fair. He's got Deebo Samuel right now, and who knows what's going on with him with his illness and how long he's going to be gone for.
Well, and who knows how good Hopkins can be on the Chiefs. I mean, he's been stuck with really crappy Will Levis, and I could never know. I mean, I know it's been a while since Hopkins has had good production,
He might
but
revert back to
this
form.
could be a very good just pickup midseason.
Look
you
at
know?
what Amari
this could
Cooper
win you
did.
a week.
Look at what Amari Cooper did last week with Buffalo.
Sometimes it's just the change of scenery. You know, that
I will
changes the
say I am sick of this dick riding with the Chiefs players. Every week they have someone go down.
Oh my god, look at this shining new star that's gonna be brought into the system and be great.
No, fucking Juju Smack Booster putting up 5 points a game. That's exactly what freaking DeAndre Hopkins is gonna do. 5 points a game again because
Okay.
he's. Although, hold on. Shh, before you go, I will say I was a huge fan of DeAndre Hopkins back in the day, back when he was on the Texans. I love that man. He was awesome. He ain't that guy no more, and the Chiefs ain't all that no more. So let's just calm down whenever a Chiefs guy's on the waiver wire.
So I
You
do
got-
I do have to ask this question. Do we know the injury on Xavier Worthy? Is he done for the year?
Oh, I haven't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any new updates, so I'm gonna assume he's out for at least a couple weeks.
Which in my head means that Hopkins got a few weeks of being good. Because you have to remember, Dogs has Xavier Worthy right now.
That's
So
also true.
This is
Hey,
Well,
him.
and also,
Dogs has like the entire Chiefs offense right now, okay?
This is him
let's be
hoping
real
that.
though. Let's be real. Who else on the Chiefs is like a dedicated number one that, you know, it's like Hopkins fills that role where he's gonna get the ball thrown. It's not like Juju, where Juju got what two targets a game.
Yeah, Hopkins is gonna take those targets that Rice and Worthy are leaving with their injuries.
Worthy's not hurt.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Because I thought he went out in the game. Did he
Professional
not?
podcast.
Did he not go
Worthy's
out?
not hurt.
I thought he
Worthy's
went
not
out in the game. Okay, whatever.
Even better, he's got more ammo to win.
hurt. Juju got hurt.
Oh, was it Juju?
Juju got hurt.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. but he still has the Rashee Rice targets that need to go somewhere, and Juju sure as hell ain't cutting it. So
Long story short, in our uneducated, professional ass podcast opinion, Hopkins will score points.
Hopkins, the best receiver to ever receiver for Kansas
I
City.
ain't gonna go that far.
Best ever receiver, ever receiver.
Ever.
All right, moving on to what's actually important. Getting back to the topics we need to cover. Our Week 8 matchups. Couple interesting games this week. Just looking at the slate, couple games that could be totally just not worth looking at. Possibly even our game of the week. Hint, hint. But we'll get through our first 5, get the boys' comments, and we'll get to that maybe atrocious game of the week at the end. First up, we got Little Melka versus Big Boy Club. Then we got Barn Burners versus T-Rex Bitches. We got Deflated Balls versus Inflated Balls in the most sacktacular matchup. We got End Zone Gods versus Toilet Snake. End Zone, please, I'm begging you.
I'm not.
And we got High Class versus Slap Yo Mama. Gents, what do we think about these Week 8 matchups?
What the hell happened to podcast loyalty, guys? What the hell happened?
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm loyal to you, man. I just want it to be a little bit tighter.
I'm gonna be honest. Austin,
What?
please win.
Fuck.
Little in-house rivalry.
Please win, Austin. No,
I'll
it
try.
has nothing to do with in-house rivalry. It has everything to do with playoffs. I need him to lose. I need Endzone to lose.
Fair enough.
In third place.
See, this is why I like my, unbiased third person view here, because I can say shit like, End Zone, please. Let's get the W. And then you can come back and be like, but my playoffs.
Endzone,
But my playoff.
Endzone, please. You helped me out last week, Endzone, by losing to Dogs.
He ain't gonna help you out by losing now. He wants to
help
win.
me out by losing this week too, please.
He doesn't want me breathing down his neck next week for being, because if he loses this week, he'll be 500 again. I'll start ripping on him, being like, "Hey, man, you blew your chance."
He does have Rashid White in, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I like my chances right now, but I have been tooting the horn when it comes to End Zone. Whether it's justified or not, I still have been doing it. So
He's a solid team.
we shall see. Yeah, we shall see. Why don't we keep it in the podcast real quick here, Kyle? You want to talk about your game? You want to talk about you versus Big Boy? You scared? How you feeling?
Scared? I guess I wouldn't say scared, but nervous is definitely a good word. I don't know. My team is so weird. Let's see. Would I have even beat him last? No, I would have gotten crushed by him last week. So I don't know.
You got a tough matchup with Big Boy. I mean, I know he's
a
a new guy
really
on the block,
good.
but
He's a really good team. So I need some of his guys to not go off, and I need some of my guys to go off. And I've had big weeks too. This should be a close matchup, but I don't know. With the way my team's been the last couple weeks, I've just been super unlucky. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, looking back, I did pick you to win it all, so you in this position is kind of shocking, but I have faith in you still.
I don't know if I'm.
I have faith.
If my team picks it up at the right time, maybe we'll see.
All that matters is the playoffs. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I have the roster for it. I just need them all to perform at the same time. Well, you wanted to keep it in the podcast. I'm gonna keep it in the family. We got family. We got.
Dude, I fucking called that. I knew you were gonna.
we got Barn Burners versus T-Rex Bitches. This is another one of those games that could for sure go either way. And if T-Rex could have, one of them monster, 250-point games, that'd be great.
Yeah, Papa Melka versus a team he pegged early on with winning the whole thing. He's like, yeah, I see T-Rex winning all this, so I
Yeah,
wonder
he did say
if
that.
he's gonna try to sabotage that here, or if he's gonna blow it, because he seems to be a every other week kind of team right now.
Yeah, and every other big kind of team that's still 5-2.
He's still 5-2, but he absolutely turns into a nuclear power plant one week, and then he turns into a pretty good team sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of a nuclear power plant, we got Slap versus the nuclear wasteland that is high class dumpster divers. You got high class over there dealing with all the injuries in the world. Anthony Richardson, who's in and out every single week, I swear. Tua, he's on his 15th concussion, or so he probably thinks. He's got,
Brandon
I guess
Ayuk.
he's got Brandon Ayuk. But
Luke
I guess the
Musgrave.
similarity between Slap, Yamama, and High Class is their running backs kind of suck. So there's that at least. But Slap's got one of the best receiving rooms in the thing. So I like High Class. I really do. They're cool people, but it's
High
not
Class
hurt.
has 2 healthy wide receivers. One of them was shot in the chest earlier in the year. He has 2 healthy receivers, and one of them was shot in the chest earlier in the year, and the other one is Romo Dunze. So,
The third string for the Bears.
right. So, I'm sorry, High Class. Your team deserved better than this. I'm not gonna lie. But I think Slap wins this one just by default because he can't. He has so many injuries, bro. It's insane. Although, I mean, Slap's got a ton of Qs too.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, he does.
Slap's got a ton of Qs.
He's got a ton of Qs too.
We got the joke matchup. Inflated balls versus deflated balls. Is deflated balls gonna deflate the inflated balls, or is inflated balls gonna inflate the deflated balls? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's too late for this. I don't see deflated beating Diamond Dogs here. To be honest.
Let me just say that this matchup means a lot more than just fantasy football. This matchup will finally put the nail in the coffin of the deflate gate. Are deflated balls indeed better than inflated balls?
And our absolute tank bowl to finish off week 8. We got Pineapple, aka anyone but Barn Toilet, but I think his name's back to Pineapple, right?
Yeah, it's back to
Yes.
Pineapple Express.
Versus Barn Busters, aka Concussors, the 2 teams that are in my crosshairs right now for giving some shit. Because honestly, looking at your record, all it sounds like is you're trying to get the number 1 pick, and we talked about it on this podcast. I ain't for it. Okay. I want to see some aggressive expansion by these teams in the next
Bro,
couple of weeks.
What do you
because
Concussors has like 3 times changed his entire team.
do it again. I'm sorry.
He said it clearly it's not good enough.
Obviously not working. Get on it again. I'm kidding. Just do what you got to do to win, man. It's more fun that way. I'm praying for you. You're going to get one of these wins one of these days. But,
Concussors gonna beat Pineapple this week.
thoughts on this week's game of the week, boys?
Concussors is gonna beat Pineapple this week.
Don't see it happening.
It's
I
gonna
really
happen.
don't. I don't see it happening.
You know what,
Dude
Austin?
has-
You
he's
said
got
this.
28%
you
chance to
said
win
this
right now,
last
dude.
week. You are 1-7
I was a lot
or
closer
1-6.
last week.
You are
was-
1-6 in these bets.
Okay, hold on. All right, who cares? All right, who cares? I'm gonna we're turning a new leaf here. All right, I'm gonna start winning these quarters.
You're turning a new leaf in the tank bowl. How's that feel?
Whatever.
Speaking of the Tank Bowl, we'll get right into our interview for this week where the guys got to sit down with both managers of our 2 teams for Game of the Week. And let's see what they have to say about this week's Tank Bowl.
Welcome into this week's Game of the Week. This week we have Pineapple Express versus Concussors, aka Barn Busters at the moment, which I love because, yeah, heck dad. Anyways, I got Austin here with me as well. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good. Only got my one win, so I'm not quite sure why this is game of the week. But
I'm gonna be honest. It had to do with you guys being related.
well, I figured. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I know the whole point.
Yeah, we have kind of a side bet going on too. So
Oh, okay. Nice. We love
I
side
guess
bets.
I didn't realize Floyd was this bad this year. To be honest, with all your trades, I thought you had a few more wins than two. But
You know what? That's a perfect segue because that's literally my first question. Pineapple, what happened?
I don't know, man. My team died.
Your team died. You made all these trades with Nick. And then apparently there was supposed to be a trade last week with him, and that didn't happen. So what's going on with that?
It'll probably still happen. It's a futures trade. It's somebody's
okay.
rights for the future.
Okay.
Okay. Can you give us a little more of a hint, just a tiny taste? Jay's in the corner over there crying because he hasn't had a trade. Just a
In 2
little
weeks.
taste so we keep our host.
It's not a running back. I'll say that.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That's good.
narrowed it down there.
Concussors. So you kind of mentioned it already. You got in a little bit of a hole here, but
Yeah, this is not a good year, not a good start.
I'm gonna be honest though. This division is so bad right now. You still might have a chance to crack the top 3 in this division, but you gotta start now by beating Pineapple.
I need some running back, but dude, that's just a rough position with me.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have traded Chubb there, huh?
Pineapple, what's going on, bud? You've lost 4 in a row. I am betting on you this week. I am 1-6 when it comes to quarter bets, so you gonna help me out here?
No. You
No?
and your soundboard can,
All right. Well, I'm gonna be 1-7.
Thanks for
enjoy
the
it now, because when you get washed in the first playoff game, I'll be right there laughing.
That would be lovely.
Kyle.
Maybe your quarterback will do more than 5 points this week. Floyd.
One can hope.
Doesn't have to face the Packers defense. So
Yeah, that was a really bad game for CJ, wasn't it?
he looked awful.
Yeah.
But I have Kirk Cousins, so who knows what you get with him.
Oh, you ended up picking him up?
Yeah, I've had him so many times in the last few years. I feel like I haven't had a great steady quarterback, but yeah, I mean
He does better when he's off your team.
Yep.
right. Yeah, that's
Actually,
yeah.
everybody in the league should take notice. Maybe try to get Penix now, considering you have Cousins.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a sibling-in-law rivalry here. You guys said that you have some kind of side bet going on. What's that?
Yeah, I might have been stupid enough to do that.
Oh no.
Yeah, just some money. Just who would have more wins? Simple as that.
Oh, it's a season-long bet.
It's a season-long bet, so it's just.
Oh no.
To be honest, I thought I was already done with it, and then I kind of saw Floyd's score or wins.
Anyone's game right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
definitely
I still have a
anyone's game.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah, if I lose this week, I'll just call a bet. It's yours.
You're gonna give up like that?
Yeah.
Oh no. Pineapple, you're going back to week 1 form where you're thinking about the number 1 pick again, aren't you?
He doesn't have
Dude.
a first or second, dude.
Yeah, I don't ever want a draft pick. The draft is so stupid.
Hey, I'll give you a 12th round, 2030. There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
2030.
It's got to be verbal. That shit's not available yet.
Write that down.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, you should crush me here. I mean, I'm looking like my running backs are horrible.
I have bet on so many underdogs this year, and I have won almost all of them except for the one where I was betting on myself. And I don't see that trend changing here. I see Concussors as the underdog, and I think he's going to win it.
There's a 28% chance to win right now.
I've bet against worse.
That high, huh?
Bet against.
I've bet against worse. So, concussors, with your season-long bet with Mr. Pineapple here, I'm assuming that's why instead of giving up in the beginning of the season, you decided to drop and pick up your entire team twice?
3 times.
Three times?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a frustrating start for sure.
So, do you think you're finally happy enough with the team that you're not going to be dropping 7-8 guys a week going forward?
I think so. I think this week I don't know, did I make a move this week? I might have made one.
I know you
But
didn't
yeah.
make a move. You should have.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah? Uh-oh. What did I miss?
When I offered up a trade and then that dude went out injured.
Yeah, but you were giving me draft picks for like round 11, 12, 13. Like,
Oh, those are so valuable, though. That's why we keep them in this league.
they're not. Come on. Those guys all get dropped the day after anyway.
I mean, what else are you going to do for the third hour of our draft?
Right.
I have so many of those picks now.
Yeah, I think this is my team for now, so we'll see what happens. Not expecting a lot.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to win this week with your team that you like now.
That's totally what I heard too. Yep.
if that's what you're predicting, sure.
That's what's going to get me my quarters. So that's what I have to predict.
Maybe Cousins can give me
fraud of
50
this bet.
points like he did the week before or so.
Who's Atlanta playing?
Tampa.
Tampa Bay. He's going to have another 500-yard game.
He did have his last 500-yard game against Tampa, so yeah.
Maybe.
He's going to do it. Calling it now. Calling my shot. He's having his 500-yard
That's the
game.
only way I win, if I get over 40 points from him.
Yep. 50-point game from Kirk Cousins. You know, that's going to be it right there.
Right.
And then, you know, JSN's going to get you like 40 points too, obviously, against Buffalo. That's going to happen.
There you go. 2 guys carry my team.
Yep. Austin, you going to hype up Pineapple at all, or are you just going to...
I don't know. He doesn't sound like he wants to be hyped up at all. He's just like,
He
it's
sounds
over.
depressed.
He does. He's over there moping. This isn't the Pineapple I know.
Dude, it's like week 8. Hit the boredom setting in. Discord's dead. No trades. I feel like Jay.
You sound like him right now. Like a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
We got an early season tank bull and nobody's excited. Austin, should we be betting on teams to lose this game?
Do you want to? You want to change it
Who's
up
getting
here?
the number 1 pick? No, that's later in the season.
That's later in the season. We're good here.
I was to say,
Pineapple,
I'm not
you're
getting a
winning
number
for
1
me.
pick no matter what.
Yeah, I know. You're not-
That's fair.
I am 100%. I might be Jay. I'm 100% on board with Jay's philosophy on this. The draft is so stupid.
fuck
Half
the
these
picks.
guys wash out. You don't keep them. Get rid of the picks. Get somebody that's going to get you points, a proven talent. Move on.
You guys got anything for the league? You trying to make more trades, Pineapple? Concussors, you trying to make any trades? Any more
I'm
trades?
always trying to make trades.
No, I think I'm good for now. We'll see what happens the next few weeks here. We'll see if I can double my wins or if I'm just gonna stay at 1 for a while.
You're doubling your wins this week. I'm calling. You have to. The streak has
Don't
to
encourage
continue.
it.
I have no
The streak
confidence here.
has to continue. You have to win this week.
You're going to do just good enough to lose the first pick. Don't encourage them. Let it die.
It
No.
sounds like the Bears.
Don't start tanking because then Jay will get on you.
He's already. Are you kidding me?
I am a very active person in this, so I'm not like
Oh,
those normal
we're
guys.
well aware that you're
Yeah,
active.
and I know you know that. It's like
We see the waiver wire.
Yeah. I think what was that week 2 when 8 guys or something?
Yeah, it was something
Up there.
insane.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say last year I did make the playoffs.
You did.
Was it the year before when what's his face almost died on the field, and I think that I was in the final that year.
Yeah, and you should have. You had a chance at winning
I had
the
a good
championship.
chance, yeah,
Oh,
I feel like I
Here.
feel like I'm jinxed from that.
Yeah, it was
Yep,
pretty
that's why I
rough.
picked him up. I got the weapon this week. I got Hamlin now.
Oh,
It's
do
Oh,
over.
he's
you?
got the Mar Hamlin.
You got him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Starting them just for you, big guy.
just to remind me. Come on.
Hey, let's do this. Why don't you start Chase and that? Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Yeah, that hurts.
My
Should've kept him.
bad.
That's okay. At least where he went, he's going to die on that team too.
Yeah, he is. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't know. If anybody wants to trade, hit me up. If I don't win this week, I'm selling the whole thing. Jay, you want a team? Let's talk numbers.
Oh
I'll make
no.
you my co-owner. We'll transfer it that way.
Oh, we're doing a co-commissioner thing now.
What's your team worth?
$7.
Damn.
Yeah.
He would pay it. He would pay it.
That's expensive.
That's expensive.
That's expensive.
Hey,
Hey,
I
I
mean,
paid more for draft picks in this league in the past.
I was gonna say he's got Derrick Henry now, so it's worth the expense.
Spared no expense.
Spare no expense. Fuck them draft picks.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our early season Tank Bowl game of the week, and Concussors is gonna win it.
No, he's
I'm
not.
just saying, Concussors is gonna
No,
win
he's
it. I'm gonna win my quarter. Austin, you're gonna go 7-1 in fantasy, but you're gonna go 1-7, and where it really matters, the quarter bets.
God damn it. Stop reminding me of my debt.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
All right, take care.
You too.
Well, I want to thank both of our managers for coming on this week, and just little birdie. Apparently, everyone's just depressed. I mean, I understand from their record standpoint, but come on, guys, let's get a little happy. Let's get happy. Let's have one of you win this week. You're on the winning track. You'll be in the playoffs in no time. But
Oh yeah.
any last standing comments on the interview, boys?
Well, I know one thing at least. I know that neither one of them are tanking for the number 1 pick right now.
That's all I want to hear, baby.
Pineapple isn't tanking for the number 1 pick because he doesn't have a first round pick. As he said multiple times in the interview, fuck them picks.
My kind of guy.
And Concussors is not going for the number 1 pick either because he has a season-long bet with Pineapple because they are brothers-in-law that he's going to have more wins.
Anything to add, Mr. Snake, before we wrap this shit up?
Pineapple's winning this shit. I'm getting a quarter.
Okay.
Well, on that
Mr.
note-
1-6.
On that note, it is now even later than it was when we started this podcast, and I can tell the guys are getting tired. So we're going to close this bad boy out. We'll be better next week, I promise. But, man, only a couple weeks here till the trade deadline. I am hoping for something fun. Someone give me just one. I won't. I'll let it pass. Just give me one good one before the trade deadline, just so I can have a little bit of fun.
Does it have to be a good one?
Yes.
Oh.
If it's not good, I want like 20. But it's interesting to see how teams are shaking out. We got a couple more weeks here to see what our seeding is going to be. I'm looking forward to the playoffs. Hopefully, we can do some fun stuff in the playoffs here with maybe having another person come on for a little bit. But like I said earlier, get in that Discord. Give us some suggestions. Tell us what you want to talk about, what you want to hear. We're willing to listen. But anything else you guys want to say on this one?
No.
Ow.
Fair enough. I guess I'll close it out. We will see you
Sleep time.
next week. See ya.
Later.